Was the worst year for a lot of us for our mental as well as physical health. So joining us this morning is best-selling author, coach Lisa Goldenthal.
Hello and welcome. I'm Lisa G, your host. You're at the top of your game, yet the game is changing faster than ever. Strategies that got you here aren't the ones that'll keep you here. The pressure is relentless, and the fear of obsolescence looms large. That's why I'm here. Welcome to the new podcast series, Disrupted: How to Be Gritty and Unlock Performance in Business, Mindset, Wellness, and Success to help you master disruption.
Thanks for coming, and I'll see you soon.
Welcome to WholeCEO with Lisa G. I'm so excited today. I'm sitting down with my friend Joshua Margolis, certified personal trainer for 8 years with a bachelor's degree in sports psychology, works in the outdoors and corporate sector. He's also a fitness model in the Duke diet. His fitness philosophy: your self-image and habits go hand in hand. Change one and you will automatically change the other. Josh, welcome.
Thanks for having me, Lisa. I appreciate it.
I'm so happy to have you, Joshua. And I want to jump right into the content for our audience here. So let's talk about, is it important to build up diversity in your fitness portfolio?
Yeah, great way to start it off. And I really sort of stolen that philosophy from a financial planner, consultant client of mine who was always talking about diversifying his client's portfolio.
Right.
And like, why can't we apply that finance terminology to fitness? A lot of us, they do that. We do the same things over and over again. And what happens, as you and I know, is you get diminished returns.
I'm guilty. Yeah, I've done it.
I'm guilty of it too. So I like the idea of always trying new things. It's a good challenge for your body physically and mentally as well.
Awesome. Well, there's so much to unpack there. I really love that. And do you think you should always approach fitness the way that you approach the financial world?
I do. I like that. I think it's, look, maybe we should even, look at it from approaching life. Especially in the world we are in right now, you never want to get into one channel and do things just one way and look at life just like you look at fitness a certain way. You always want to keep options open. You always want to try different things, do different ideas. I always joke because I feel like in the fitness industry, as a fitness consultant, as a trainer, we all think we know everything and anything and the best way and the most efficient way. I think that's dangerous thinking. I like to think I know a lot about what I do, and I do, but I think I also like to make sure I stay open to new ideas. And we live in an industry that's changing monthly. Every month there's new research about this, that, and what's effective, what's not. So I think it's important to keep your mind open to these new ideas and concepts, just like how it is in life.
I love that. I feel like your health is your most important investment. You got to invest in your health. Your health is your wealth. And I have another question for you, Josh. Like, how important do you think it is to exercise in the morning?
Okay, so I say this all the time. My clients that adhere to their workout schedule the best are my morning clients.
Really?
They are. They really are. And it's funny because I always hear the excuse, I'm not a morning person. And I get it. I think you either are a morning person or you're not. I'm not a morning person either, Lisa, but yet again, I get up at 5:30 in the morning to train my clients. I just do it. So that's not an excuse. The reality is, as we know, as the day goes on, more shit happens. That's just it. It's a logistic thing. That's all. It's like, if you have family stuff comes up, work stuff comes up, meetings, anything that can happen will happen. But at 6 a.m, there's not that much happening. It's time for you.
No, I love that. That is so true. I feel like I hate excuses more than anything. And there's no such thing as a morning person or not a morning person. Like maybe when I was a teenager, I wasn't a morning person. Who really was? But I make myself be a morning person. And that is an extra bonus of extra time that I have because I got up early. So I feel like if you commit to your exercise first thing in the morning, 100% agree with you. Then you can't, when stuff blows up in your schedule or someone all of a sudden wants to get together, you don't have to worry because that part of your life is handled.
Agreed.
Okay, another question for you. I've heard it said that when you feel good, then you look good. So do you want to talk about that, my friend?
Right. I love this one because it's again breaks down to the concept chicken or egg, right? Which came first? Is it better to feel good? Is it better to look good? Does look good make you feel good? Does feel good make you look good? So again, it's up to the individual. But I think with fitness, there's only so much motivation that you're going to have on the external. And that's, something that like keeps people going. How we look, of course, is important, but people have short-term goals about maybe they're going on vacation to the islands. They want to look good in the bathing suit. Maybe they have that high school or college reunion coming up. They want to look good. Maybe they have a wedding, a bar mitzvah, whatever. Those are great ways to motivate for the immediate, but those are short-term. And in those instances, I feel like after the wedding or after that trip or after the reunion, people go back to the weight or the shape that they were. If you can find some motivation intrinsically, something that can keep you motivated, something that can keep you going, something that makes you feel good, the rest will follow. The looking good will follow the feeling good.
I love that. It's all about how you feel and how you make other people feel when you're feeling good. I feel like there's sort of a trickle down effect. And I see you have that wonderful banner behind you about mind over matter. I love that. How much does mindset come into play in your opinion?
And I think just to reiterate what you're saying, we want to be around people that feel good about themselves. We don't want to be around somebody that's a miserable SOB.
It's
that's
magnetic.
The last person
it really is.
Yes, yeah. Right. So we're drawn towards positivity. We all have that friend or that family member, whenever they walk in the room, they're glowing and the whole place lights up. And we also have that friend or family member who's always in a bad mood and you're tiptoeing around them and you never know if you're going to set them off. Nobody wants to be that person, let alone hang out with that person. You want to be positive. Positivity emits positivity and it attracts positivity. So it's a win-win. Yeah.
I love that. We all want to attract what it is that we are, not that we want. So I feel like we all have to rise to that level so that we attract what we are.
It's a great way of putting it. Yes.
And I want to just say, I see the mind over matter. I'm a big believer in mindsets and morning routine. What are your final tips for our audience that you want to go over in the mindset piece about being unstoppable, going from stuck to unstoppable, pushing through no matter what, because we've all had a lot of stuff to push through lately, don't you think?
Look, this last year has really turned, I feel like, conventional wisdom on its ear. How we approach life, let alone fitness, has really changed. And I think we could look at it two ways. We could run for the hills and the sky is falling and nothing's ever going to be the same, or we can embrace this change. And the same thing about ourselves too. I think we have to, each one of us, look in our past and see what not necessarily has been working, but what doesn't work for us as far as exercise. If it doesn't work, get rid of it. There's plenty of other things to try. Right. Look in your past, look for the good, keep the good, look at the bad, get rid of the bad. I think it's also, and I think the ideas about meditation and things like that have garnered a much more support and attention recently. I'm not saying you have to sit around and chant and meditate for an hour a day. That's absurd if that's not what you do, but sometimes take a minute to sit down and stop and smell the roses. Take a minute.
It totally helps me.
Right. It's good. Just unplug, even if it's 60 seconds. You don't have to sit in it could be in bed in the morning when you wake up or when you go to bed. It can be any place. It can be just stopping in your house and leaning up against the wall, being someplace where it's just you and your thoughts, thinking about what your intentions are for that day. For your body is a good place to start.
I love that. And the final question I would guess is just, I admire the way that you've become resilient, and we've had in our industry in particular had to become resilient in many industries. So do you have any tips on resilience you want to leave our audience with?
Yeah, I do. And this is something that I'll do with all my clients. Okay, so think about the course of the day. Think about what's happening in your day to day. There's so many different moments. Life is just a sequence of those moments. You want to think about your best moments of that day or that week. That's your resiliency. That's what you refer back to. If it's working out, we'll talk strictly about that. A great workout that you had. How did you have that great workout? Why did you have that great workout? What was happening? Was it external factors or was it internal factors? Try to dissect it. Try to figure out what was happening in that moment that made you feel your best. Because once you know it, you can recreate it.
I love it. Well, Josh, you are a wealth of information. Joshua Margolis, where can people find you?
So best bet is always our website. It's Mind Over Matter NYC. We're a New York City based training firm, but through the last year, we've been all over the country. You can always check us out on social media, Mind Over Matter NYC. And if you ever want to reach out, you can always DM me, Instagram. That's the only best way of communicating.
Thanks, Joshua. It was a pleasure to have you on WholeCEO with Lisa G.
Thank you, Lisa.